I'm really excited to be able to be your violin teacher. And I hope that you'll be able to enjoy this time that we have together and be able to learn the violin along with us. Okay? Let's go ahead and start with a word of prayer. Okay? And then we'll begin. Okay? Dear Lord, thank you so much for bringing Elizabeth into my studio. I hope that we are able to connect and help me to be able to communicate the instructions well and be able to instruct Elizabeth in a way that she can understand perfectly how to play the violin and help us have a productive lesson. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, well, I see that you didn't bring your violin in today, but that's okay. All right, in the future, if you could bring your violin for every lesson in the Essential Elements book, Volume 1, that would be a great help, and then we'll be able to progress faster. But today, we can use my violin, okay? So, the first thing that we will be talking about is unpacking the violin, okay? Unpacking the violin, and then we'll move into how to learn the parts of the violin, and then learn to hold the violin on rest position and playing position. But later we'll get into that and what it all means. So, when you have the violin, you're going to place the violin case on the floor, flat on the floor. Don't have it on the side. Don't open it when it's on the side. Okay, so how are you going to have the violin?
Flat on the floor.
Flat on the floor. Good. So, go ahead and open the violin case. With the lid on top, you're going to have it flat, and then you're just going to open it. Good. So now that you have it flat on the floor, opened, you see that the violin is on the floor part and the bow is on the top, hooked into like the case. So what I want you to do is take the cover off of the violin. Okay? And then unbuckle that little strap. Good. Okay? So the 4 steps that you will need to know about unpacking the violin, taking it out of the case, is put the case flat on the floor, which you learned. The second one is shoulder rest on. We'll learn how to put the shoulder rest on the violin. And then we'll take out the bow and place violin on rest position. So the first one is what?
Putting it flat on the floor.
Good. And the second one was?
Putting the shoulder rest.
Good. On the violin. Good. The second one? The third one?
Putting it on rest position.
That was the fourth one. The third one was the
to
bow.
get the bow.
To get the bow. But yeah, very good. Very good. Doesn't matter the order. It's just those are the 4 steps of unpacking. Now, so let's go ahead and take out the violin out of the case. Good. All right. Okay. So what was the second step?
To put the shoulder rest on.
Good. So we're gonna go ahead and grab. I'll get that. We're gonna go ahead and grab the shoulder rest. And if you see the shoulder rest, there's like, how do you even put this on the violin? Like, what side goes on which side? Because they both look the same. Mm-hmm. So what we're gonna do is hold the violin out towards you. So with the back facing you. Good. Good. Okay. Really good. You're gonna take the shoulder rest and make sure it makes a frown. So okay. On the side, and then we're gonna put it on the body part of the violin, okay? So like that, and we're gonna slide it on, not place it, because that damages the violin. Okay. But we're gonna slide it on from the bottom.
Okay.
So what you're gonna do? Let me demonstrate. We don't want to put. So you're sitting down. We don't want to put pressure on the bridge, which is this little wooden part, because that's not glued on. That's just placed. So any pressure on it can slide off, and then the violin will need to be fixed. Because so our main goal is to not put pressure on that bridge. So we're just gonna elevate it like this, but the back of the violin is gonna be facing you, so you can slide on the shoulder rest. So a frown, and then you're gonna hook it on one side, and then you're just gonna slide the other side, and then you just adjust it, and you're gonna put it like this with the frown. Okay? But making sure that do not add pressure on the bridge. So why do we not add pressure on the bridge?
Because then the bridge can like fall and it'll have to get fixed again.
Good job. So with that in mind, go ahead and try.
So then I'll go frown, one side. Oh. So go one side, push it. Do you push it up?
You just hook it on one side. Good.
Okay.
And then you slide the other one. Yeah. Yeah. And then you just slide to see how making to. Oh, you see the other side right there?
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Okay, and then you can slide it a little bit more because it would slide off. Good. Okay. Really good. That's good. So you see that it's a frown?
Yes.
So what are these steps to putting on the shoulder rest?
To put it away from you, and then frown, and then elevate it, but don't put pressure on the bridge, and then slide it on from the bottom.
Good job. So make sure you're sliding that to place. Really good.
Mhm.
Good job. Okay. So now that we took the violin out, we put the shoulder rest. Rest position. Okay. We will get to the bow later. You know that the third step is taking out the bow, but we'll get to the bow later. But rest position in the violin is just, you remember when I told you to hold out the violin to put the shoulder rest? Hold it out. Good. And then, are you right-handed or left-handed?
Right-handed.
So hold it with your left. Good. You're just going to place your violin on your left knee. Good. That's rest position. Holding it from the neck, which is this part, you're just going to grab it, and then that's rest position. So if you're not playing, you're going to have your violin on rest position on your left knee, left hand, and your bow is going to be holding with your dominant hand, which is your right hand, because that's going to be playing. Okay? So the next step is learning the parts of the violin. Okay? So there are several little parts of the violin. So we have, let me go ahead and grab the violin. We have, let's start from the top and then work our way down. Okay? So this little thing right here is called the scroll. So what is this?
The squirrel.
Scroll. Good.
Oh.
So what is this again?
The squirrel.
Good. Okay. These things are pegs. So what are they?
Pegs.
Good. These little things right here in the bottom are the same kind of, they're tuning. The tuning instruments of the violin. These are pegs. These are fine tuners. So what are these?
Fine tuners.
Good. And this little part here, like this little box right here, is called the peg box.
The peg box.
Yeah. So why is that the peg box?
Because it helps with tuning.
No. Well, I mean, it does, but it just holds the pegs in there.
Oh.
So that's why it's a peg box. And then this little black thing right here, the line, is called a nut.
Okay.
So what is that?
The nut.
Good. So review. This.
Scroll. Pegs.
Good.
Fine tuner.
Good. Fine tuners. And then this
Peg box.
peg box. Good. And here.
Nut.
Good. And then we have the black part of the front of the violin is called the fingerboard.
Mhm.
So what is this?
The fingerboard.
Good. And then the back side, which is the brown part, is the neck.
Mhm.
So fingerboard, and then this.
Neck.
Good. And then we have the body of the violin, which is the whole thing. So what is the whole thing?
The body.
Good. And then we have this, which we already talked about, and is what?
The bridge.
Good job. And then here, what holds the fine tuners and the strings is the tail piece, okay, and the chin rest. So this is a
Tailpiece and the chin rest.
good job. And then down here, we have the button. So that one's easy. So what is this?
The button.
Good. And then we have the shoulder rest and the F holes.
Mhm.
So what are these?
The F holes.
Good job. So, we did the scroll, the pegs, peg box, nut. What is this?
The fingerboard. The neck.
The whole
The body.
body. Good. These things right here.
The F holes.
Good.
And then the fine tuners.
Good.
And then that's the tail. Something tail.
The tail piece. It doesn't really
Tail
matter.
piece.
It's just the tail of the violin. Here.
The chin rest.
Good.
And the button.
The button. Very good. And then what is this?
The bridge.
Do we add pressure on the bridge?
No.
No, we don't. Good job. Okay. So go ahead and take that back. Okay. So now that we learned the parts of the violin, we are going to review those later. So don't forget them. Okay? So because we're going to do a little game after. But now we have to learn how to do playing position. So rest position. What is rest position?
On my less dominant knee, held with my left dominant hand.
Okay, good. Okay. So which hand holds the violin?
The left hand.
Good. And the dominant hand holds what?
The bow.
The bow. Good job. So your dominant hand is the right one. So that hand's gonna hold the bow. So make sure you have a good grip on the violin when it's on rest position. But when it's on rest position, the whole key to rest position is to move it to playing position fast enough. Okay? So playing position, given the name, means that you're gonna be ready to play.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So what we're gonna do is take from rest position and then just lift it and lay it flat on your forearm. So yep, but I want you to go like that. So all the way. Good job. So again. Okay, playing position. Good. One more time. Playing position. Good. So rest position. Playing position. Good. So that's step 1 to playing position. Playing position is when go ahead and take this finger, touch the button. Okay, do you remember where the button is? And then follow it up to your chin. Okay, that's where your violin should land. So the button of the violin should land on your chin. So go ahead and place the finger on the button again, and then just drag the violin up to where the finger is touching. Good. And then that is really flat on your shoulder. So what we're going to do is just lean it a little down. Good.
Okay.
So the chin rest. What is the chin rest for? Yeah, it's for your chin. So you're just going to lay your chin on the, don't go ahead and turn, because you need to read music. So your face should face forward and your violin should be resting on the chin as comfortably as possible. So let me adjust it really quick. So that's good. So half of the violin is on, the half of the shoulder rest is on your chest and half of it is on your shoulder. So it's not like flat on your shoulder, but it's just like laying on both your chest and your shoulder. Okay? So is that comfortable?
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So that's playing position. So let's go ahead and do rest position. What is the first step to playing position? Remember
Bring
what
it
you
up.
did? Good.
Flat on my arm.
Good. And then what did you do to make sure that you had the right placing?
My finger on the button and drag it up to my chin.
Okay, so go ahead and do that.
This. And then lean it forward.
Okay.
And then
Very good. So the main thing for playing position is, so where's the balance? Where do you feel more balance in? What's holding up the violin right now for you?
my hand.
Your hand. The main thing for playing position is to not hold it with your hand, but hold it with your shoulder and your chin.
Okay.
Okay? So the whole goal is to get you to where you can hold the violin with just those two parts of your body instead of your hand. Why do you think it is important to hold the violin with the shoulder and your chin instead of your hands?
Because you'll be moving it on the fingerboard.
Good, good. And with music, what do you do with music?
You have to flip.
You have to flip it. But can you do it with your right hand?
No, because you have the bow.
You got the bow. And you're not going to flip it with
No.
Yeah, that'd be kind of funny. You just whack it. And so, very good job. Very good thinking. So, let's go ahead and try to get there. Okay? So, don't add so much pressure on your chin where it feels painful, because the whole idea of playing violin is relaxing. You have to be relaxed to play the violin, okay? Because if you play tense, you're going to hurt yourself. And we don't want that. We want to enjoy playing the violin, okay? So, let's go ahead and find a comfortable position. So, go ahead and lean your head a little bit. Do you feel confident enough to let go? Be honest.
Kind of.
Okay? Try. I will hold it. Okay? So that means we need to adjust. You can pick up the violin a little bit. And then, tell me if the shoulder rest is too high, because it probably is.
Maybe a little bit.
Okay? So, we're going to try. So this is the fun thing about shoulder rests, is that you can adjust them to find your perfect level. And sometimes with the clothing that you have, it changes. So you might, go ahead, practice putting the shoulder rest. Good. Good. Good job being aware of the bridge. Very good. Okay, so rest position, playing position. Okay,
And then bring it up.
there you go. That's playing position. Okay, and then make sure that it's more on the laying side of your. Okay, good. Does that feel more comfortable?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and try holding it with your chin.
I think it's too low now.
It might be placement. Is it? Is it too low?
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit.
On what side? On both?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I think on the shoulder part.
There you go. You're getting very good exercises on the placing the shoulder rest. Okay, we're gonna try one more time. If it doesn't work, we'll try again next time. But let's try to get that down. So place it, hook it on one side first, and then slide on the other. Good, it's okay, it's okay. There you go.
It's like, man. Should be, yeah.
So, be honest. Do you feel comfortable enough to let go?
No.
Okay, that's fine. We'll work on that for next time, and we'll try to get the good placement of the shoulder rest so you can get there. But what was the answer for why it's important to do that? To hold it with the chin instead of the hand?
Because we need movement for our hand to
Good job.
flip the pages and stuff.
Really good, really good. Okay, so for to end the lesson, let's go ahead and review the parts of the violin. Okay, so we're gonna do a little game. All right, I'm gonna point to the violin part, and you have to answer as fast as you can.
Okay.
Okay, it's gonna be random. All right.
Chin rest. Fingerboard. Bridge.
Too late.
Pegs. Scroll.
Okay.
Button. Tail. Fingerboard.
What is
Body.
it? Good. And then
Neck. Scroll. Nut. Fine adjustment.
oh,
Or
okay,
something.
really good. Fine adjustments because they do what?
They
What
are
is-
part of the they help tune.
They help tune, so they adjust the strings.
Mhm.
Really good. But they are called.
Fine.
What do you? Oh, you said the word earlier. Started with a T.
Oh.
What do you do to what
Tune.
to find?
Oh, the fine tune. Is it the fine? I forgot.
Tuners.
Fine tuners.
Yeah, you're almost there. You're on the right track. So what are these?
Fine tuners.
What are these?
Pegs.
Pegs. Okay, the difference between the pegs and the fine tuners. Remember what I said? What do they do? Both of them?
They have tune.
They have tune. But why do you think they have two areas of tuning?
Maybe for higher and lower. How high you want the violin to go.
Okay, so what you're saying that these are higher and these are lower? So
Yes.
are these smaller than the pegs?
Yes.
So with that knowledge, these are bigger. So they are for bigger adjustments. So if your violin is so out of tune, like you play and then all of a sudden you hear like, wow, that is really bad.
Mm-hmm.
That is way off. You're gonna do the pegs. You're gonna adjust them with the pegs because they need big adjustments.
Mhm.
But fine tuners, fine adjustments. So small adjustments. So if it's just like a hair off of the actual tune, you're just gonna adjust them with the fine tuners. So so big or small adjustments for pegs? Big. And big or small adjustments for fine tuners?
Little.
Good. So back to the parts of the violin. What are these called?
F-holes.
Good. And then,
Button.
and to end off, what is this black place?
The fingerboard.
Good job. Very good. You did a really good job for your first lesson. So I hope you remember everything that we talked about so we can move on next time. Okay? But I'll see you next time.